Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Ram, Hare. A little louder. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bolo. Krishna Krishna, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, yeah, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Haribo. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Go! Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. One more time, together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram. One more time. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram. One more time. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram. Together, everybody, together. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Oh! Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Oh! Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Jai Go Premanandi, Hari Hari Bo. So, welcome to day 3. How are you all doing? You've all apparently merged in Brahman and you're all silent. So we're going to start with sharing, partner sharing. So find a partner, can be the same one you had last week or a new one, and share what happened to you during your Japa this morning. What went well, what didn't go well, how you can improve your experience. No? Let me try Gmail. Let's try Gmail instead. Gmail is better. So. Okay. All right. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Prabhu, Haribol. When we're doing the sharing is confidential, so we can't broadcast it. So we have to stop broadcasting. I'll tell them we're going to stop broadcasting when we're sharing because it's personal.
Audio.
Everything.
The files will be discontinued. We'll delete the file.
No, but it's already on YouTube from yesterday. The last 2 days.
Which you showed us.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll delete it.
Take it down. So don't put this. Yeah. We should turn it off while we're sharing anyway.
But if you say we'll not post it on YouTube.
No, but we don't want anybody else to hear it. So just the people here.
Just the people who are registered.
Yeah. And then when I speak, yeah, we have to.
I'll tell him not to post any video.
No, you have to
Broadcast 25 minutes.
when we're sharing. Yeah. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Haribol. You have that. Keep talking. You have the audio file from yesterday? Can you play that?
I don't have. Oh, yeah, that Japa.
What? Not the Japa, the music.
I got the Japa. What's his name?
We sent you the file yesterday. You sent it to yourself.
That lady, she said.
No, when you were here, we sent you a file. Yeah, music.
I just received Prabhupada Japa.
Oh, really?
Prabhupada Japa, and now I've received this one file.
Really?
Saying Krishna. Apart from that, I don't have anything.
I'll just play it like this.
You can use this. You can use this.
Speakers.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Can you pause it for the
Krishna,
That's okay.
Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare.
Okay. Haribo. Whoa, too loud. Hare Krishna. So, we would like everyone to enthusiastically participate. Can we do that? Because the more you participate, the more you benefit. So, we wanted to ask you to share, and also this is a time for asking questions about anything that you're not clear about that we have discussed in the last 2 days. So you can share and or ask questions, okay? And why don't you ask your question first, what you asked me, because it's important. Well, I'll ask your question. He said, how do you control your mind when you chant? And I said, you can't. And I said, chanting is a prayer, so you don't have to worry about controlling your mind, you just have to pray to the holy name. And then I said, would you rather spend 2 hours trying to control your mind, or would you rather spend 2 hours praying to Krishna? Japa file. Okay. Oh, okay. So, have you ever chanted your rounds struggling to control your mind, and when you finish your rounds you were exhausted? Yeah, so what would you rather do? Pray to the holy name or try to control your mind? You don't even need your mind to chant. You need your heart. Where's the mind? We totally bypass the mind, right? I'm praying to the holy name, with the holy name, to become Krishna conscious. So, you need your heart to chant, you don't need your mind. What do you think? It's okay? Can you do it? It's a lot more blissful and easier. So there was some confusion yesterday. Well, if I'm praying for the holy name, then I'm not hearing. That's a misconception, that they're two different things. If you're praying to the holy name, you must be aware of the holy name that you're praying to. Right? Your little Krishna that's appearing to you, or your big Krishna, that's the Krishna you're praying to. And you have to be aware of him. And then you'll hear him. Because you're focused on praying to him, so how could you not hear him? You're focused on he's there. Okay, we're going to continue sharing, but I just wanted to chant for a few minutes. Let's just chant, and let's meditate on the fact that Krishna is with us 100% personally. He's like, when we're chanting right now, Krishna is here with us. We're sitting with Krishna, okay? Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Ram 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 Hare Hare Hare. Prabhupada said you can feel Krishna, so feel Krishna through his holy name. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna 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 Hare If you can feel Krishna's presence in the holy name, then it'll be very easy to leave your body, because you'll be leaving your body with Krishna. So let's practice. You have 1 minute to live, and 1 minute you're going to leave your body. So let's be with Krishna for the next minute, as if we were leaving our body. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Ram Hare. You're in a Goloka. Just like that. And you wake up and you kind of feel like you just woke up from sleep, and you ever nod out and you wake up and you forgot that you went to sleep? Going back to Godhead, something like that. You're there and you don't really remember anything before that. And it's like, where was I? And just there you are with Krishna, chanting with Krishna and then going with Krishna. Okay, who has the mic? So who would like to share? If this class went up on YouTube and it's being taken down because it's supposed to be confidential. If you have anything confidential to share, just mention that and then we'll turn the cameras off. Because I didn't want it to be shared outside of here. Yes. Okay, question.
Regarding your last saying that like that and when spiritual world wake up, so because and often we in class can hear we going back to God yet, but also I hear that our goal is not to go back to God yet, but to develop love for the divine couple, because
Yeah, and so when you have love for the divine couple, you're going back to Godhead.
But it's not like that. It's process, because process is scientific how to develop, and acharyas showed how to develop.
Yeah, when you die, it's like that. We just died a minute ago. So I had you die, and then there you were. You were with the name, and then you were there. Like that. Boom. There you are.
Okay. And love comes at that moment. All the bhava comes at that moment. Because in spiritual world, bhava needed.
Yeah, you need bhav, yeah. And Prabhupada said so many things about us going back to Godhead. So, somehow or other, by His mercy. I'll tell you a story. This story is amazing. Turn to the person next to you and tell them, this story is amazing. Nagnapati, maybe you know of this story. You remember a devotee named Jai Gopal? And he got in an accident, and he was a very young devotee, right? More like 6 months or something. He got in an accident, and Prabhupada said he went back to Godhead, but he shouldn't have gone back to Godhead. But why did he go? Prabhupada gave mercy, or what? You remember? Oh. He was in a coma for a long time. Higher powers were deciding his fate, and then Prabhupada said he went back to Godhead, and he shouldn't have gone, but I guess Prabhupada made the arrangement. What do you think of that?
There is sadhana siddha and kripa siddha. Kripa siddha is also there, but it's like exceptional. But
okay, we'll all go back to Godhead and you stay here. Because
Nadanamna janamna sundarim kavitam vajagatisha kamaye mama janmani janmaneve janmanishvare bhavatat bhaktir gaitu ki tvayi.
Yeah. By Prabhupada's mercy, if you follow the process, then you will be there at the end of your life. Exactly. Nadanam najanam nasan. You will achieve that by His mercy if you keep the process. You believe it?
It can be, yeah.
I know it can be. Do you believe it for you?
I believe that my understanding that I should follow the scientific process of developing love for divine couple, but not think that someone will take. Of course, mercy is always we should expect, but not with our existent expect, but in the corner of the mind expect. But we should endeavor that maybe it will be not mercy. I should endeavor to develop attachment. And Prabhupada, like two days ago, Janardana Maharaj was speaking that we should not take any instruction of the spiritual master for granted. And Srila Prabhupada said that if you want to develop love like Vrajabasis, you must listen about their conversations. And in this way we catch their mood, and in this way we develop this. This is Prabhupada saying, and Prabhupada also say, read acharyas. For example, when Prabhupada, you show me this is the moon, I should look at your finger or at the moon? At the moon, right? But like this.
So what's the problem?
Problem that, if you ask what I'm thinking about going back to Godhead, So I think that, of course, if Prabhupada will take me, I will be very glad, but I believe that I need also to follow the process how Acharyas gave us.
Yeah. Yeah, a pure devotee doesn't want to go back to Godhead. But Krishna wants him back to Godhead, so Krishna takes him. But he's willing to go anywhere. So if you want to go back to Godhead, Krishna will take you. If you don't want to go back to Godhead, he'll take you. Any way you look at it, he'll take you.
I want to develop love for Radha Govinda more than go back to Godhead.
Yeah.
If I develop here, this will be spiritual world. Because spiritual world is consciousness, not place.
Yeah. No, that's perfect. I'm just saying if you have that, Krishna will take you back to Godhead.
Thank you very much. Sorry if I some.
Are you going to argue with him when he takes you back to Godhead? Say no, Nadanam. Krishna's taken you, and you're saying Nadanam, Najanam, Nasindri. But if he wants to take you, then you should go.
Yes, of course.
Problem solved. For a devotee who's not pure, the desire to go back to Godhead is good. And one who is pure naturally will not desire to go back to Godhead because he's already liberated. So there's nowhere to go. He's already there. So it's not artificial that I should desire this, but I don't. He will, because that's his state of consciousness. So one time a devotee asked Prabhupada, should I desire to go back to Godhead? And this devotee was not very advanced, and Prabhupada said, yes, you should. Because that was what was best for him. That would help him. But when you're more advanced, you wouldn't ask that question, because you wouldn't even have the desire. So if you still have the question, should I desire to go back to Godhead? Probably you should. And when you don't have the question, you don't have the question because you're already liberated. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, good for now.
Okay. Thank you. Sorry if something.
Yeah. It depends on your level of Krishna consciousness. If something is way, way above you, then you aspire for it. That's good. But you also have to deal with where you're at the same time.
Yes.
So you have to balance both. Otherwise, like, you'll hear about Krishnadas Kaviraj saying, I'm lower than a worm and stool. And then you'll go around trying to imitate that. And you can't imitate it because it's a realization that comes as a byproduct of prema. Right? You can hear about it. That's what happens when you have prema. But for me to think I could feel that now, everybody will think, wow, look at him. He's become really weird. He's walking with his head down. He's feeling like a worm and stool. No, you can't feel that way unless you have prema. But you understand that's how someone with prema feels and you aspire. But what's the next stage of humility for us? It's not feeling like a worm and stool. Maybe the next stage of humility for us is to stop criticizing. Right? Something like that. Is that okay? Hare Krishna. Okay. You want to share?
Once on a walk with Srila Prabhupada, Mula Prakriti called after him saying, Srila Prabhupada, I will come back birth after birth to distribute your books. Srila Prabhupada stopped. He pointed his cane right at her and said, don't ever wish to come back to this material world.
Hare Krishna. You know why? Because Prabhupada didn't trust us. We might come back to watch the latest movies. You know, we came back to do service, but we got sidetracked on the way. So. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Okay, who else wants to share? Yes.
I actually had a question, but if you want, I will share. But
both. Do both.
Okay, so I came late, but then when you asked us to think that, you know, the holy name when we're chanting Krishna is with us, so because of your mercy and Krishna's mercy, I saw that there was a throne in front of me.
A what?
A throne, like a seating place. And I was dusting it because Krishna was going to come. And he actually did come. He was sitting right in front of me with a yellow dhoti. His complexion was bluish. He had a beautiful crown. And he had very Indian features. And he had eyeliner and everything. And then I thought, Krishna can't be alone. Surely Radharani is also coming. And I saw yesterday Radharani's face was so sweet, so beautiful. So that same Radharani. And I thought, how come it's not Shyam Sundar who's sitting next, but it's a different looking Krishna? And then she came and sat. So that was very beautiful. But I know that was your mercy, not mine. So then I have a question, which I had 2 days ago also, that you said that the holy name is non-different from Krishna. But when I'm chanting and you ask us to think about Krishna, I'm looking at Krishna's picture and I'm maybe praying to him. So I've not managed to make that connection that this holy name is actually Krishna, and it's like two different entities for me, and it's a struggle for me.
Yeah. There's a nice meditation that Jananivas gave. You're chanting in front of the deity, Krishna, and that Krishna that you're chanting is the same as the deity you're chanting. Interesting, right? It's the same Krishna. Prabhupada said, intellectually, you cannot understand that Krishna and his name are the same. It has to be an experience. But he told us it is Krishna. And the way you realize that is by treating it as Krishna. Once he said, when you chant the holy name, it's like the deity curtain's opening. And you bow down, Hare Krishna. It's like you bow down. This is Krishna fully present. Nama Rupa Guna Lila. Do you know it said sometimes when a devotee is chanting, he's laughing, and sometimes he's crying, because he's seeing Krishna Lila. So he's laughing, and then Krishna's leaving, so he's crying. That's what he's seeing while he's chanting. Nama Rupa Guna Lila. So the Nama and the Rupa, the form, he sees the form. If there's the form, there's the qualities, because they're not separate. And if there's the form, there's the Lila, because they're all a person's form and qualities and pastimes. You don't have them separately. So when we try to intellectualize, that's when it becomes a problem. So we have to accept it and say, okay, this is Krishna. I'm welcoming him every day in my heart, and I'm showering him with my affection. And it's the same Krishna that's in the picture, that's on my tongue, that's in the deity, it's the same. Interesting meditation, isn't it? So it's time for a story. Who wants to hear a story? Raise your hand. Everyone who's... Okay. This is the coming of Lord Juggernaut to San Francisco. So Lord Juggernaut came during the height of the hippie era in San Francisco. And deities about this size were carved. And I believe these were the first deities in ISKCON, right? Juggernaut, as far as I know. So Americans do not worship deities. Americans do not know what deities are. Americans do not know what is puja. And Prabhupada gave his young American disciples deities that according to them, Juggernaut looked kind of like, figures on a totem pole. You know a totem pole? Like Indian, African faces. Like very odd to them. And Prabhupada said, here's Krishna. And if you've been taking LSD for a while, you would say, cool. Okay. Yeah, anything goes. So they worshipped him as Krishna. They accepted on Prabhupada's word that this is Krishna. All right, feed him. And now these brand new hippies off the street are bringing him plates of food in front of a wooden deity. That's a pretty big jump, don't you think? But because they worship the deity as Krishna on faith, because Prabhupada told them that, what happened? They started to realize that Krishna's actually there. And sometimes they'd have dreams, and different events would take place. So we begin with faith that Krishna is in his name, and he's sitting with us. Or when you go for a walk, he's walking with you. I've taken so many walks in my life, and I always feel like, okay, I'm going on a walk with Krishna. We go out together. Hare Krishna, he's coming with me. Yeah. I may not realize it, I may not see it, but I accept what the Shastra says. And by accepting, then I'll realize it. That's how it works. So when you get stuck, it's because you're intellectualizing it. And Prabhupada said, you cannot intellectually understand the name of Krishna and Krishna are non-different. He said on the stage of bhava, that's when you realize it. When you come to the stage of bhava, you will fully realize that Krishna is present. There's this picture on the front of the Japa affirmations. I don't think we have any left. Do we have any left? No. It's a picture of Prabhupada deep in meditation, and he's chanting Japa. And you can just see that he's in Krishna's presence by chanting Japa. Such a beautiful picture. It's hard for you to see from a distance. But whatever you can see, it's not an ordinary picture, is it? Can you see? Can you see Prabhupada's face? What it looks like? Like he's with Krishna. And he's just feeling Krishna's mercy, his love. Yes? Prabhupada looks kind of like he's a bit overwhelmed. You ever feel that way when you chant Japa? You ever feel overwhelmed by Krishna's love? Krishna's kindness? Raise your hand if you feel like that. Sometimes, ever, maybe. This morning, maybe. Yeah, we should feel this way. So just because we can't intellectualize it doesn't mean it's not true. But na bhaved grayam indriya, you can't understand Krishna with material senses. So the more we become purified, the more we realize Krishna's in his name, and the sweeter it is. The more we want to chant. Sometimes when I chant, I just think he's in his name. That's all. He's right here. That's the best, I'm aware of that. He's there. If he wasn't, we wouldn't become purified. Right? He must be. And Prabhupada said he's in the Bhagavatam. There's no difference between meeting Krishna and reading the Bhagavatam. Same idea. And then some people met Krishna and nothing happened. And some people met him and they developed a desire to kill him. So Say, but it's the holy name and I don't realize it's Krishna. Yeah, okay, we'll bring Krishna and he'll stand right here. And how many people can see him? One time, they printed a book and it had the picture of Paramatma on the cover. And some man asked Prabhupada, can you see God? He said, yes, you can see him on the cover of my new book. So for Prabhupada, that was Krishna. And Prabhupada came to a temple in America, and they had the Maha Mantra written on the, not on where you walk, but on this part of the stairway. So you'd walk here, and the Maha Mantra's like this. And Prabhupada wouldn't, he went in the back door. He said, I can't walk over Krishna. So he saw Krishna in the Maha Mantra. And if you're more advanced, you can speak to Krishna in the deity and hear him speak back. What do you think of that? You want to hear a story? You won't believe it. Should I tell you? I will tell you a story you won't believe. It's a long story, I'll make it short. One of our godbrothers was next to Prabhupada. He's the same height as Prabhupada. When Prabhupada was greeting the deity and he heard Prabhupada talking to the deities. Prabhupada was asking the deities questions. Are they taking care of you? Are they feeding you? Are you happy? And after every question, he heard Prabhupada say, like 10 seconds later, oh, good. And are they feeding you? Oh, good. And are you happy? Oh, and this is what the devotee heard. And then Prabhupada got on Vyasa-san, and the first thing he said is, I can see you're taking very nice care of the deities, because the deities told him. How does that happen? You remember that story of Sakshi Gopal, and Sakshi Gopal said, well, I'll follow you. And the Brahmin said, well, how can you follow me? He said, well, I'm talking to you. If I can talk to you, I can follow you. So we have faith in Prabhupada, in his words. Krishna's in the deity. That's all Krishna's in his name. He's in the Bhagavatam. That's all I know. Prabhupada said it. So Prabhupada said you can feel Krishna, so I allow myself to feel Hare Krishna. Okay, everybody, let's chant together and just feel Krishna. We'll chant in unison. Let's just feel Krishna in the vibration. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Now when you chant, feel it vibrating in your body. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. It's all around you. He's there. And when you do Harinam, Lord Chaitanya's there dancing. Have you seen him lately? Have you seen him in the kirtan? Yeah, he's there. And Prabhupada said all the demigods come. One time they did a program, nobody came, and he said Narada came and Brahma came, and you should make Vyasa-sans for them in future programs. And Prabhupada said, oh, you didn't see them? And then when Prabhupada was walking on the wet grass and there were no footprints, and Jamuna asked, but Prabhupada, I have footprints, you don't. And he said, someday you will understand. So, someday all of this will be revealed as we become purified. Because one time in, where was it? I forget, maybe San Francisco, maybe 1975. Prabhupada said, for conditioned soul, chanting Japa is like eating food with tape on your tongue. Tape. Like that. What's that tape? That gray tape? What do they call it? Duct tape. They call it duct tape in India. It's like a thick gray tape. Take some duct tape and duct tape your tongue and take some rasgulla and see what it tastes like. It's going to taste like tape, right? That's what it'll taste like. At best, it'll taste like tape. So take the Hare Krishna mantra and put it into your conditioned mind, covered with your conditioned senses, and it's going to taste like your own contamination, right? Isn't it? So as our senses become purified, the tape comes off, and then we taste, and then we realize. When Mahaprabhu went to Puri, what did he see in the Juggernaut temple? He saw Shyam Sundar and he fainted. For most of us Westerners, the first time we went in the temple, we didn't even notice there was deities on the altar. We just thought it was a bunch of flowers and we didn't know what was up there. Raise your hand if you had that experience. First time you went to the temple. Just me and him, and just so only three of us. All right, we're the only three honest people here, I guess. Yeah, it's just you don't really notice so much. Then you become purified, and then you notice more, right? So that's the problem. We just need more purification, and then we'll realize it's Krishna. So until we realize, we have to remind ourselves, Krishna, you're here. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram. Your little Krishna is appearing there, the same one that's on the altar. He's appearing on your tongue. He can appear in your heart, he can appear in your mind, anywhere you want him. Right? Same one. You can decorate. You know that Prabhupada said, put a diamond throne in your heart, put Krishna there, decorate it. You can do puja in your heart. You can do that while you're chanting. Why not? Hare Krishna. It's okay? When Prabhupada says non-different, somehow or other, I guess if English isn't your first language, you think non-different means the same but different. It means the same. Non-different means the same. Just another way of saying the same. Krishna and his name are the same. Non-different sounds like it's same and different. Yeah, same, yeah, okay. Anyone else want to share?
Hare Krishna to all the devotees. Thank you for praying for me, because today my chanting was effortless and I was smiling while chanting.
Smiling?
Yeah.
Chanting was the best?
Yeah. And
Best ever?
yes.
Wow, Haribol. Yeah. Tell us how you're feeling.
I'm feeling so happy. I shared with you yesterday that I'm in a distressful situation, but today I'm so happy the whole time because of the chanting and thank you for praying for me. And my question is that I have a weird habit of, like, if I'm so sleepy or due to some circumstances I'm not able to finish my rounds, I postpone it to the next day. So is that okay, or should I? Like, it happens sometimes, like a month.
Sometimes it's okay, but not every day.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, you've got your list of missed rounds, 4,326, I'll make them up when I become a Babaji, and when I'm 75 years old. Yeah. Don't think like that. Yeah, okay. He's going to tell us the first bead he was in ecstasy.
Hare Krishna. So thank you so much, Prabhu. You did a really nice seminar, and it is not finished. We still have another 2 hours of seminar. So thank you so much. It's really, really good, really wonderful. I felt like some angel were helping me. these days, some angels. I was feeling like that. And this morning I had a nice japa, and I chanted all my rounds this morning, which is remarkable for me. It's remarkable.
Good.
So thank you so much. And I had a meditation during my japa. I want to share with the devotee.
Okay.
And I remember Jayananda Prabhu speaking. Jayananda Prabhu, yes.
Yeah.
He speaks something very beautiful I like to share with you all.
Okay.
And it helps me in my japa.
Okay.
So Jayananda Prabhu says, when I reflect on my consciousness, had I not had association with devotees and Srila Prabhupada, I shudder to imagine the nightmare I would be in. If we could become a little dedicated to distributing the mercy, so many could be saved, so much suffering.
Wow.
So it's a very nice...
And compassion. As compassion awakens, compassion should awaken by chanting, and giving compassion should awaken chanting. Both.
So, what I wanted to say...
Bhaktivinoda said, when compassion will awaken in my heart, then I can chant the pure name. Yeah, go ahead.
So, another thing I read in the Prabhupada Lilamrita, one Mataji, disciple of Srila Prabhupada, was telling Prabhupada, when I chant mantra, Hare Krishna, I think about the poor people I will approach during the day with the books, and that I have to chant good japa so that I can help them and sell the books to them. And Prabhupada said, better you think about Lord Chaitanya, and he will think about them. Like that.
Better you think, she was saying, I'll translate it from French English to American English. She was saying, I think about all the poor people who need books when I chant. And Prabhupada said, better you think of Lord Chaitanya and let him think of the poor people. That's nice. I like that.
And yes, so thank you so much. But I feel that still I use a little bit my mind during chanting japa, because I use this kind of reflection, this kind of little reflection of devotees, and think about it, and it gives me like inspiration, like that.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's do something now that will be along the line of what you just said. So I was saying, I think yesterday, that Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, when we chant, we should meditate on what it means. And I also mentioned that the various acharyas have given different meanings to the holy name. And so, what I would like to do is do a japa session in which we will meditate on the meanings that they've given one by one. So the way we're going to do this is we'll all be chanting, and then I'll recite one of the meanings, and then we go into that mood. And then after a few minutes I'll recite another meaning and we go into that mood. Now, here's the subtle part, or difficult part. The meanings that they give are all based around their feelings. So you can think of the meaning, but then you want to think of it so that it becomes an emotion with which you chant, not that Hare Krishna. Okay, I say, please Krishna, please accept me. Am I feeling it yet? Hare Krishna. I don't know if I'm feeling it. How do you feel acceptance? You know, it's not like that. You just allow that to go in your heart and feel what you feel according to you. You know, otherwise we think, well, is this what this Acharya meant by acceptance? And how do I know what he means? And if nobody tells me, it's all in the head. So you allow yourself to enter the mood emotionally and just feel it. So we've already done acceptance, so I won't do that, but we'll begin with please engage me, and then I'll recite some others. And so sit back and relax, get out your beads, and I will guide you. So if you just allow the guidance, and I'll remind you periodically, if you allow that guidance to go in your head, in your heart, and just don't worry about your head. Find that button in your head, the red one that turns it off, and click it now. Press it. Everybody press the button. Choom, choom. Turn your head off. Turn the green button in your heart on. Turn that on. Are we ready? Okay. So you can begin chanting and then I will guide you. Please engage me in your service. I don't want to be engaged in Maya's service. I want to be engaged in your pure devotional service. That's all I want. Imbibe that mood, and when you imbibe it, then express it through the Maha Mantra. Hare Krishna, Hare. So many lifetimes in Maya's service. I want your service. Pure service. No other desire. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, 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 Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Ram. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna. I am servant. I am not master. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna. I just want to be the servant of the servant of the servant. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram. I am your eternal servant. Somehow or other, I've fallen into the ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up, place me as an atom at your feet. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Make me worthy to serve you. Make me worthy to serve you. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna. Make me qualified to serve you. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram. Please pull my heart to you. Please pull my heart to your heart. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram. Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna. Please pull my heart to you. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram. Pull my heart away from everything else. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Krishna. Please pull my heart to you. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram. Please steal my heart with your sweetness. Please steal my heart with your sweetness. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Krishna. Please steal my heart with your sweetness. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Ram Hare Hare. Captivate my heart with your sweetness. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Steal my heart, take it, it's all yours. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare. Okay. Okay. It's all my fault. Now we can't stop chanting. That's what makes me happy. When devotees come here and they can't stop chanting. And sometimes when I tell you to stop, I know you don't want to stop. And I'm happy that you don't want to stop. And that's why I tell you to stop. Because then it creates anxiety and you want to continue. So, would somebody like to share their experience? Okay, raise your hand if you don't want to share. Because I want to call on you. Yes. Microphone, please.
Yes, Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you everyone. Thank you Mahatma Prabhu to being here. It's a great fortune for me. Actually, I feel like my visit to India in Vrindavan is complete now by following this 3 days session of Japa. Otherwise, the first 2 weeks was like only chanting for the sake of chanting, not really meaning it, only completing my rounds, going here and there. So this is my feeling. And now, while I'm chanting, I was feeling simultaneously that to share it with my congregation devotees, I used to go to one place and doing Bhagavatam there. I was feeling simultaneously, because I'm feeling so bliss, so happy, that simultaneously feeling that I must go and do the same thing there.
So I'll translate that. The sound system's not that good. He's saying that he came to Vrindavan, but this is like the culmination of his time in Vrindavan, and he was just chanting to get his rounds done, and now this has really impressed him, and he preaches, he has congregational devotees he preaches to, and he wants to share with them what he's learned here. Yeah, you should all share, definitely. It's the best way to keep you going, and it's so important for other devotees. Because many devotees think if they just chant 16 rounds, then everything is good. It's all about the number. And it's not about the number, it's about the quality. Thank you.
Thank you, Maharaj. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Anyone else? Raise your lotus hand and the microphone will appear.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Thank you, Prabhuji. What I'm going to share is it's a combination of what we just did and what I did before I came here. A few days before I embarked on my trip to Vrindavan, I heard there will be a Japa workshop and registration is required. That was not yours, that was the one before. And I started like crying within, because I was going to enter the dham on the day it started and it was already booked. The class. And my meditation for that week before was crying inside to Krishna Balaram, because those are my best friend, I would say, my study. I was just crying and lamenting that I will miss that Japa retreat. And somehow or other, they made the arrangement that I was able to join in this one. And I believe entirely that it's their arrangement that you came and you decided to do this Japa retreat. And it's the meditation. And today when you were mentioning, you were instructing us to beg Krishna to give us his sweetness, to pull our heart towards his sweetness. And that caught my heart, because he is really sweet and he hears. He definitely hears all your prayers. He may not respond according to your timing, but eventually he does respond. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Well, I have to admit, it wasn't my plan to do this workshop. I think it was Panchagotas and Dharmatmas. It wasn't even my plan to come to Vrindavan. That was my daughter's plan. So if you see my daughter, you can thank her for getting me here. Otherwise, I wouldn't even be here. And you can thank Panchagota also. I'm just doing what I'm told. Hare Krishna. My daughter's become a Brijbasi. So she called me up and said, it's really blissful here. Like, what are you doing in America? Withering away. You should come here to Vrindavan. So I came. So he wants to.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, isn't maybe so deep as the Mataji's. It is a whole it is a whole package. The consciousness of the chanting reflects the consciousness of the day. The depth of the chanting creates the underlying consciousness of what we're doing, what we are, who we want to be, what we want to be. So I had a little bit of a crisis, and that is a second Japa workshop. And somehow or another, I'm supposed to arrange some 64 round chanting program from the previous workshop. And I had one place in mind, and it was not working out, somehow or another, by a lot of prayer yesterday, today, that place was arranged, and it's even better than I would have imagined it. So, Hare Krishna.
Haribol, thank you. You're just sitting here chanting and everything's happening. Right? Something like that?
Yeah. Basically my consciousness deepened a lot.
Yeah,
and that helped me a lot.
Fantastic. Thank you. Anyone else?
Hare Krishna. When I chant and meditate on something, say the holy name meaning, then it affects my hearing. Is it okay?
No, not okay.
Then what to do?
What to do?
Should I hear or should I meditate?
Both.
Both I cannot.
You can.
Okay, thank you.
You just have to meditate on the fact that they're not different. You see, here the thing is, the meditation is an emotion, and we're always feeling something. Even when you're just trying to hear, you must be feeling something. Correct? There's some emotion, right? Krishna, please bring my heart to you. Like this heart, what I think is my heart and my possession. Let it become your desire. So you're praying to the holy name with that desire. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. That's the emotion, but you're conscious of the holy name at the same time. Because you're with that emotion praying to that name. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. You ever see a devotee, like you look at a devotee in the kirtan and they're like, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. There's a lot of emotion there, right? Right? You see that emotion. Do we assume that they're not conscious of the name? They look very conscious, don't they? They're like totally absorbed. Both the heart and the body and the mind, everything. So, they all work together. They don't have to work separately. They work better together.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes.
Thank you for the wonderful seminar. I wanted to give a distinction between Harinam and Japa.
Oh, you want me to give the distinction? Or you want to give it?
I just want to know.
Oh, the distinction, yeah. I had a saying. I forgot what it was. It's kind of like, my feeling is, with Harinam, you just get the ecstasy if you show up. With Japa, you got to do a little work to get the ecstasy. Isn't it? Something like that. Japa is your one-on-one personal conversation with Krishna, your private time, in your little cave. It's just you and him. And Kirtan is social, where we imbibe the hearts of all the Vaishnavas and all the mercy. And we move our bodies and we dance. And we experience the ecstasy of the holy name. And of course we pray. It's more easily accessible. And with Japa, it's something we can control. We can do it alone. With Kirtan, you need people. So that's one of the reasons, traditionally, we're given the mala and a certain fixed number, because that we can maintain ourselves. So the understanding is you need Japa to do good Kirtan, you need good Kirtan to do good Japa. They feed one another. They're different aspects of the same process. Japa in a sense is Kirtan also, because you're chanting. But we have to remember that Prabhupada made us take a vow to chant 16 rounds. So that has to come first. And Prabhupada wrote a letter to all the temple presidents and he said, 16 rounds first before you do anything. You know what's nice about Kirtan? When you're in Kirtan and you're dancing and chanting, you're feeling great affection for the devotees, isn't it? Even the devotees you don't like. And somehow or other in kirtan it dissipates. We don't even remember that we don't like them till the kirtan's over. Oh, I was dancing with you. Oh, I forgot, I don't like you. Isn't it? Something like that. So kirtan is like, it's like Mahaprabhu is like instant. You know, you don't have to earn the ecstasy, you just get it from all the devotees. It's all just showered upon you. You get a huge taste, you get huge energy. When we sing, naturally our heart opens, isn't it? We naturally call out, pray. So it's very easy. Japa's a little bit of work, a little more work. But it's the work we have to do. Is that okay? Something. Okay, it's time for Gayatri. So we're going to take a break until like maybe 6-7 minutes until 12:15. We have a lot more to do. So if you can come back in time, that would be good, because I don't want you to miss any of the wonderful exercises we're going to do. The next exercise we're going to do is going to totally transform your life forever. You'll never be the same again, so you don't want to be late for that. Okay? Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Go Premanandi.
Revati wants to meet you. She has something.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. My name is Bhaktanda Villa. Today we will prepare the now.
welcome to Gaushala, Bhaktivedanta Gaushala, like this, you know.
Okay. And what is so special about this land? Yes. So,
Yeah, we are ready.
Hare Krishna, so now tell us how devotees can
Krishna, Krishna, Hari Bolo, Radhe Radhe, Sham Sham. That, okay, you want to leave them up? Well, I can just tell you when to pass them out. I'll tell you when to pass them out.
Oh, okay, not now.
No, no. Radhe Radhe. Raise your hand if you're still breathing. Okay, raise your hand if you're actually here. He's not here. Oh, he's still chanting Gayatri. He's in Goloka. Okay, so long ago when I was teaching, I had a realization. And you may have had the same realization. That when you chant without offense, you develop a desire to surrender. Have you noticed that? Like, you become detached, you become inspired to surrender. And you realize that this is what the holy name does. It causes you to give more and more of your life to Krishna. So what I noticed is that scares some devotees. They're thinking, if I keep chanting like this, I may end up like a sadhu, living on the sidewalk in Braj. Yeah. I don't know if I should chant this well. Maybe I should tone it down a bit. If I become a surrendered soul, then Krishna will send me to Siberia to peel potatoes in the winter for the Sunday feast, for the rest of my life. I don't know. I think I shouldn't do this. Or not that bad in Siberia. It's beautiful in the summer. Okay, but I said peel potatoes in the winter. It's bad in the winter, right? Yeah. If you're from Southern California, it's bad in the winter, yeah. And we all have something. Well, if I completely surrender to Krishna, then Krishna will take away X, Y, Z. Ever thought like that? If I just surrender, So, we're going to do a little exercise. If we can get the screen up. I don't know if we can. The exercise is on the screen, but I can explain it to you. You can write it down. It's a simple exercise. It goes like this. You write down, if I surrender to Krishna. Just write that down in your book. If I surrender to Krishna, comma. And then after the comma, write the word then, T-H-E-N. If I surrender to Krishna, then. If I surrender to Krishna, then. And the exercise is to write at least 5, if I surrender to Krishna, then what if blank. And then if I surrender to Krishna, then what if at least 3 of your fears. If I surrender to Krishna, what if my husband takes sannyas? What if Krishna takes all the money out of the bank? If I surrender to Krishna, what if he makes me the temple president? The head pujari? Like that. Whatever fear. So you can write more than 3 if you want, but write at least 3. If I surrender to Krishna, then fear, yeah. What you were afraid that would happen if you completely surrendered. Not if you have a fear. If you don't have any fear, that's fine. Then you don't have to write anything. For this exercise, we only want the fears. The positives will come out later. Don't worry. We're cleaning the trash out and then we'll throw it out somewhere. If I surrender to Krishna, He will take everything away. He will make my life miserable. He'll make me a GBC, temple president, temple commander. He'll make me do a service I don't want to do. He'll make me give Bhagavatam class in Vrindavan. Whatever your fear is. Too late now. Anyway, I think it's one of the last slides. Okay, for this exercise to work properly, as you can imagine, there's part 2. Okay? So, first, everyone has to have a partner, otherwise the exercise won't work. So nobody can sit alone in some corner. Everybody needs a partner. And so, please look around. Find a partner if you don't have one, because the exercise can only work with a partner. So, please find a partner if you don't have one. There's one. Raise your hand if you don't have a partner, and we'll find you a partner. Okay. Shh. You all think you know what the exercise is. Shh. Haribol. Haribol, please be quiet. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Give your paper to your partner. Or your phone to your partner with your fears. Switch. Okay. Partner. Okay, wait. Shh. Okay, I have to tell you what we're doing. Okay. Please listen. Please listen. I need a volunteer. I need a volunteer so I can show you. Anyone want to volunteer? Just come up here. You be my partner? You be my partner? Okay. So, I just gave Govinda Charan, I just gave him my list. He's, shh. You have to concentrate because you're going to say, after I explain this, if you don't pay attention, you won't know what to do. I've given him my list. Do we have a piece of paper? We got to make this real. Yeah, okay. I've given him my list. On my list it says, if I surrender, Krishna is going to send me to Siberia in the winter to peel potatoes. So he reads that to me as if it was his. So, can you read that to me? If I surrender, I'll have to peel.
If I surrender to Krishna, Krishna will send me to Siberia.
Wait, we need a microphone. Who has the microphone? Govinda. Okay. He's reading from my list.
Hare Krishna. If I surrender to Krishna, he would send me to Siberia.
To peel potatoes in the winter.
To peel potatoes in winter.
Now, I have to respond to that as if that were his. So I'm going to respond. Krishna knows what's best for me. Krishna knows my service. He could send me to Hawaii in the summer if he wanted. He doesn't need to send me somewhere for which I'm afraid to go, I don't want to go. Krishna loves his devotees. And Krishna knows my heart, and he knows what service I want and where I want to serve. So, I should have to say you. You should know that Krishna loves you. You should know that he knows what's in your heart. He knows how you want to serve. And he'll take you to a place like that. So it's all you. You have to talk to them like it's their fear. Is that clear?
Yes.
So your partner has your fears. Your partner's going to read it as if it was his problem. And you're going to coach him out of it. And if you have any questions, you can come up and ask. So one partner will do all of their fears, and then you'll shift, and then the other partner will do all of their fears. Okay? Are you finished? Okay. Are you finished? Oh, okay. How much time do you need? 2 more minutes. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Rama, Hare One more minute. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Okay. 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 Haribo. One more minute. Okay. One more minute. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Typo. Okay. We gave you 5 extra minutes. Wow. So, I guess you like this exercise. Pretty fun, active. Did you have fun with this? Were you laughing at how stupid your fears were? Fears are all imagined, right? They're all imaginary, isn't it? Just a big illusion. Who wants to share what their realization was? Do we have the microphone?
Yes, Maharaj.
Yeah. Who would like to share? We'd like to hear
Yeah, no.
what your fear was and how you dealt with it. What do you want to share?
I just wanted to say quickly that when you say your fear loudly, it's not such a big anymore. Because when you are seeing it inside, it seems like a demon, very big and very fearful. But when she said my fear loudly, it was like, it's not a big deal.
Especially because she said it, not
Yes.
you. Right. Yes, you heard it as if it was someone else's, and then it seemed kind of stupid.
Yeah.
Right? But when it's ours, it seems like, oh, this is like huge. It's funny, huh? Thank you. Good. Turn around, Nadia, behind you.
Actually, we end almost with the same.
Really?
Yes. And we would like to ask what it means surrender. Who gives these things that we are afraid to take away? Because we want Kirtan, Japa, Srimad Bhagavatam, Vrindavan.
What does it mean to surrender?
Yeah, what it means, who will give, not take away these important things for the devotional
It means from this day on, Krishna, I am yours. And whatever you want, I do it for your pleasure. Instead of putting myself in the center and always thinking about myself, I think, what will make Krishna happy? What will make Prabhupada happy?
Hare Krishna. This was very important. My god sister, Krishna Swarupini, just now asked question, what means surrender? And we were studying in VHE on Bhaktivedanta course by guidance of His Holiness Burijan Prabhu. And once Burijan Prabhu told, I won't surrender to Krishna, but I have fear. And fear is as you feel yourself as an animal of Krishna. And Krishna is a master, and you, for example, a cow or whatever animal, buffalo or whatever, you are animal. And master, because he's owner, he can do with you whatever he likes. He can pet you, he can feed you, he can give you a nice place to stay, But if he's angry or whatever, his mood is different, he can with knife cut your throat and make you very painful. And this fear came into me also. I have such fear. That's why I never married, because I don't need any master of me. He can beat me, he can kill me, he can pet me, whatever he likes, I'm puppet in his hands. So also I have more subtle fears. For example, Krishna, sometimes he's very cruel. What he did with gopis on Rasa dance. As soon he didn't like what they're thinking, that they're the most best women in whole universe, that Supreme Lord himself dances with them, he just left them and makes them suffer so much. Even you in spiritual world, you will suffer, even in spiritual world. So what's the difference to suffer here or more suffer, more settle, more deep suffering there? So maybe to have some small, but my room, my shelter, small deities of Krishna. I am seeing him, he's mine, nobody will take my deities from me. I am feeding every day him, I am bathing him, and whenever somebody will upset me, I'm running to my room and I'm taking my shelter. I'm closing the door and I am with my Krishna. Maybe this position is better than completely surrender of Krishna. He's chanchala. He's not trusted person. That's why he said to Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita, just go and say to everybody, my devotee will never perish. But himself, he couldn't tell this. Nobody trusts to him.
Krishna only does for his devotee what will give them the highest happiness. And Krishna left the gopis to increase their feelings of separation, which increased their ecstasy, which increased their bliss when he came back. He doesn't do anything to cause suffering. He only does to cause enjoyment.
But why his
separation is the highest enjoyment.
Yes, I agree.
So therefore he leaves them so they can experience the highest.
But this suffering is very much.
No, there's no suffering. It just looks like it.
But why he's waited until...
There's only ecstasy. There's no suffering in the spiritual world. There's only ecstasy. We use that word, but it's synonymous to ecstasy.
And then just small question, but why he waited until Bilva Mangala Thakur took out his eyes and then he came blind to Vrindavan to sing bhajans about him, and he came to him to listen his bhajans.
So we could learn that we should be as determined as Bilva Mangala Thakur.
No, I never will do this. I'm not on such exalted way.
You don't have to pull your
But he asking, he's demanding such surrender, full surrender.
Our goal is to be Krishna's slave. That's the goal of Krishna consciousness. To be a slave of Krishna. That's the ultimate goal. Aisli Shava Padaratam Panashtumam. That's the highest. And if you don't become Krishna's slave, you will be a slave of your mind, your senses, or something in this world. We have to be a slave of something, so you have to choose who you want to be a slave of.
So we're eternally suffering. So here or there...
We're eternally enjoying being Krishna's slave. And you're eternally suffering, trying to resist it. That's all. As long as you resist it, you suffer. As long as you accept it, you enjoy. You think Radharani is suffering? You think the gopis are suffering? That's ecstasy. It's the highest ecstasy. It's the highest feelings of love possible. It's not suffering.
But Yashoda Mai became blind when Krishna Balaram left Vrindavana. And Nanda Baba became completely...
That's external. That's what it seems like. But internally, the highest bliss. That's it. That's the highest bliss. Don't see it materially. So, don't be afraid to surrender, because we will surrender to something. And if we don't surrender to something, we'll surrender to our own ideas about something. or whatever. We may not be able to surrender fully today, but Prabhupada said surrender means, we'll answer your question, her question, surrender means I accept Krishna as God and I accept I'm a servant. That's the beginning of surrender. That's simple. So one man asked Prabhupada, how long does it take to surrender? And Prabhupada said, a moment. 1 moment. I was there with Prabhupada in the garden when this question was asked. How long does it take to surrender? 1 moment. You accept Krishna as God, you accept His words, you accept your servant, you're surrendered. So that's a level of surrender. And you can only surrender according to your level. So you don't have to worry about surrendering too much because you can't anyway. You only surrender to the degree that you are comfortable with and capable of. But it doesn't mean that we should reject the idea of complete surrender as some kind of suffering. That's a material idea. I've suffered in the material world, so then I take it. No, we don't have time. No, please, no. We don't have time now. So, I promised you yesterday we would do something really special. And we kind of lacked time. We had a recording, but the recording goes for like a half hour, and we still have something else to do after. But I can explain the meditation that we're going to do. This will be our final japa. And we talked about chanting to please Krishna, right? Chanting is a process to please Krishna. I'm having a little trouble with some devotees who think chanting is a process and not a prayer, and they keep defaulting back, but I'm just supposed to chant and listen, and I can't pray at the same time. I have to do one or the other, and it's not like that. We're going to give you something, and hopefully this will help you more. We're going to chant only for one purpose, to please Krishna. That's all we're going to do in this. And we are going to meditate, if you can, and this could be heavy for some of you. The first time I did it, it was very heavy. We are going to imagine that Krishna is sitting in front of us right now, whatever form you want him to be in. He is sitting in front of you, and he's listening to you chant, and you're just chanting for his pleasure. Can we do it? Okay, so you can meditate on this. Krishna, Gopal, Govinda, Shamsundar, whatever. He's just there with you, and you're chanting, kind of like Bilva Mangala Thakur is chanting, and Krishna's just there, sitting right in front of you, and you're like dealing with that person that you turned your back on. Finally, he's there to listen to you. Hare Krishna. It's kind of heavy, but let's try it. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama. Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram. Krishna loves to hear his name. Chant with love to please him. Krishna is sitting in front of you. Can you see him? He's listening to you chant. He's smiling at you. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram. 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 Just chant to please Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, 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 Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram. Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Okay. Hare Krishna. So we have some sheets to pass out now with questions. You can turn this off. You can turn off. And these questions are just to help you condense what you got from the retreat so that you remember it. And so you can fill them out now, and if you need more time after we end, you can continue. And if you need to, you can talk to your partner if you need to clarify in your mind. And this is something you can refer to in the future to remember these last 3 days, because you will forget them. Well, actually you won't. Okay, I have to say something. Please, 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 don't leave here thinking this was a good 3 days, but my normal japa can never be like this. Please don't think like that. Rather go out here thinking that I will make my normal japa the way that I was learning to chant in these last 3 days. Because you can do that. And that was the purpose of this workshop, so that you do it. So sometimes devotees leave and they think, oh, that was good, but I can't do it on my own. That will undo everything you've learned. So if you don't have a pen and you can't fill this out now, you can just discuss the answers to this with your partner. Get some clarity, and then later on you can fill it out. So we have about 20 minutes, and so you can meditate on these 4 questions, discuss them with your partner, and or write them down. lady? I have to leave right after. After lunch? You have the presentation? Yes, I have. You email it to me? I'll call you. It should be around 2:30 or 2:45. When I call. Because I have no time to transfer. Go home, take Krishna. I'm going to Vrindavan to take lunch. So after that. The same one the other girl had. Right? Did you read it?
No, I didn't read it.
It's the same question. And I'm overflowing with emotion. Tell her that I answered a question with another girl yesterday and you were there and you listened. And if she's not satisfied, then she can send me a message.
Hare Krishna, I don't have any company in my name. So it's like for that FIH bracket, probably, and my tax rate will never be paying 20% tax on this.
What are the obstacles that are currently there that are stopping you from doing good japa and how you can eliminate them? So she feels like she feels very sleepy while she's doing japa, but she does not know how she can eliminate.
Sleep more.
Maharaj कहना ज़्यादा सही है.
Stand up. Don't eat at night. You're getting enough sleep? Don't eat at night. You eat at night? It's not good. It could be. You try it. Breathe. Sit straight. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Stand up. Walk. But if you get a taste for the holy name, you'll stay there.
नींद नहीं आएगी, आप वहीं पे जागते
You
रहेंगे।
put more emotion, you have more energy.
ज़्यादा भाव डालेंगे तो आपके पास ज़्यादा एनर्जी होगी चलते
If you chant mechanically, you fall asleep.
मैकेनिकली प्रोसेस को समझ के उसको चैंट करेंगे तो फिर आप सो जाएंगे। She's saying that sometimes when she's chanting, she's meditating on something and then she's meditating only and the round is not like moving forward. So, like,
It's not chanting. That's not the way to chant. When you chant, nothing else.
कुछ भी और नहीं,
Not you. Krishna. Not your life. Not your
आपकी
life.
लाइफ
When you're chanting, it's supposed to be with Krishna, not with your life.
आपकी लाइफ के बारे में कुछ भी नहीं होना चाहिए, सिर्फ कृष्ण के बारे में।
That's, you know, you're meditating on Krishna.
आप कृष्ण के ऊपर ध्यान लगा रहे हैं।
You're praying to Krishna. The holy name is like a deity.
हरिनाम एक विग्रह की तरह है।
Think of the holy name like a deity.
आप हरिनाम को एक विग्रह की तरह सोचिए।
You're worshiping the Murti of the holy name through the holy name.
हरिनाम के विग्रह को कर रहे हैं, उसकी सेवा कर रहे हैं हरिनाम के द्वारा।
It's not, yeah. It's not, you don't just chant just to chant.
मैंने सिर्फ जप करने के लिए जप नहीं करना है। If she is feeling sleepy, so is it okay if she gets up and walks? हाँ, ये कर सकते हैं।
What's for who? Who's for who? Why don't we give him one of these? You'd rather read this than this. Yeah. I think this is all Maharaj would want. I don't know. You can send both. I guess it doesn't. At least, yeah. All right. You need more? If you take one for him, then somebody else doesn't get one? One for you. Oh, okay. Oh. I don't know. It's not Rasik enough for him. Anyway, you can give it to him. In England? BIT. It's all her fault. Where'd you get it?
Well, I had it in my bookshelf. My friend had gifted me some time back.
Wow.
I thought I'll take care of it.
That is mine, believe it or not. This is a really good book. This was written for primarily for non-devotees, but devotees like it. But I don't have any here. They're all in Mayapur. The new book is going to be done by the BBT. And this is?
This is for me. The both are for me. You can write my name also.
I already forgot your name.
I had bought this in Vrindavan last year. I mean, these I bought before, but since you are here, I want to just...
Okay, I forgot your name. have to end first because it's time. Then we can talk. Hare Krishna. So we are going to end the retreat now. Om Shanti Shanti. If you would like to continue to stay here and talk to your partner and work, that's fine. I just have to go because I have a very tight schedule. So I have to officially end. And I want to thank you all for attending. I'm always humbled that I'm sitting here and you're coming and listening to me because I don't feel that I'm any better than anybody. But somehow or other, I'm here and I appreciate that you've all come. And I think the best thing about teaching Japa is that I get to see you while chanting. And I get to see your sincerity. So that helps me so much. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Jai Gaur Premanandi Hari Hari Bo.